It was a good experience.
It was amazing.
It was extraordinary.
Extraordinary. I like that word.
It was really scary.
It was exciting. It was really fun to try it out.
What about Ate?
It was fun.
Yes, it was really fun. It's lovely.
It's a very good experience and it is spectacular.
It's fun and exciting. It's very fun.
It's nerve-wracking but exciting.
It's fun and exciting.
So what made you guys... where? Sorry.
It was really fun and a good experience.
Oh, yay!
See, they had a lot of fun, obviously. Ask them again after rehearsals.
So what made you guys audition? Renzi. This is Renzi. He's playing one of our Friedrichs. Mom and Dad made him audition.
I auditioned because one of my favorite musical is The Sound of Music. I want to experience what is the real theater, what is the real performance.
What about you, Kyle?
I wanted to audition for the Sound of Music because it was a great opportunity. Like anything could have happened, and it led up to this. So it's a great experience. I mean, who wouldn't audition for it? It's Sound of Music, and it's a very, very great opportunity to audition to it. And I've seen the movie, the film, and it was so lovely. And I wanted to audition for this because I want to be Louisa, and particularly I got the role. She's Louisa.
It was one of my mom's favorite. Just as Kyle said, it was a big opportunity for me and for my mom.
So I'm going to ask the kids over here, when did you first watch The Sound of Music? Have you ever seen the movie? Have you seen
Or
the
on
show
stage?
on stage?
Maybe they saw Audie in the
Maybe.
production that they watched.
The first time I watched this was probably a film when I was 4 or 3 or 8 years old.
I rewatched it so I could remember it because when I watched it a long time ago when I was younger, I just didn't really remember it. So I had to rewatch it a couple months ago.
I watched it when I was 6 or 7, the film.
So like last year.
I watched it during the audition.
And you, Faline, when did you have...
I watched it before I auditioned, so I can know what is the song.
And did you guys, so there are like 7 kids, did you guys know right away which little kid you wanted to be?
I did because I wanted to be Brigida, but now I got the role, so I'm really happy. And I wanted to be Brigida anyway because she's like the smarty pants in the show. So I'm smart. So that's why I wanted to be her.
Makes sense to me.
I wanted to be Greta because like she's cute and she's like really nice and she also doesn't really talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions from the floor? We're welcoming questions from the floor.
Hi, Carmen. Hi, kids.
Hi.
I'm Kata from GMA7. I would just like to ask Carmen, do you have any piece of advice to our young talents who will become the next Lea Salonga or next Audie Hamora? Maybe you can give them some key.
Absolutely. It is an honor to be able to share advice with you guys. And I think that when we start rehearsals, there'll be a lot that you can learn from the people around you. And I think my biggest piece of advice, there are 2 things. The first would be to always watch and learn. Always have a look at your fellow actors and actresses and watch how they deal with rehearsing, how they deal with each other, how they sit and prepare when they're alone, and learn from them. Soak it all up like a sponge, because those are valuable moments. No one can teach you that in a textbook or at school. And the second piece of advice I would give you is to never forget your passion for what you do. You love to sing, you love to act, you love to dance, you love to perform, and that's why we're all here, right? So don't forget that it's supposed to be fun, okay? Find the magic in every single minute. Promise? Yeah!
What great advice.
I just have a follow-up question. Do you have any, Carmen, do you have any rituals before you go on stage? Like some artists, they would put coins on their feet. Do you have like any interesting facts that you can share to us?
I think I definitely am quite maybe boring, but I my rituals would be to I have to be in my costume and makeup and hair, and then I kind of do like a big stretch in costume. So I like will do like all my like stuff just so I can start feeling like I'm in the body of the character. Although we do like a warm up before we get into costume, it's not the same. So I want to make sure like I'm paranoid that my wig's gonna come off or like something's gonna go wrong. So if I start moving around in the costume, so basically I'll jump around in my dressing room and I'll like kind of move around by myself, and I think it looks a bit crazy if anyone watches me at that point. and then I also steam. Like we have to steam a lot for being singers, so it's like just taking warm steam and putting it on my voice. And a lot of people, I think they look at me funny because I do it all the time. So that maybe those are my rituals. I don't have anything superstitious. Oh, I never put shoes on any table. If there's a table or a desk and there's shoes on there in the theatre, I get really paranoid.
Why?
So I don't like shoes on the table. Yeah, that's it. It's just bad luck. Yeah.
Thank you. And break a leg.
Another question?
Hi, I'm Irene Perez from Inquirer. Do any of the kids have had theater background, and how do you think it would help with your performance? And for Carmen, a rather technical question. Since we're going to watch the show, how can we see that the heels are alive? Would it be some sort of a video mapping, or how would it go? Thank you.
Okay. Should we do the kids first?
Yeah.
So let's repeat the question again for them.
Who here has had?
For the kids who have had theater background, and how do you think it would help with your performance?
Raise your hand. Theater background.
Theater background.
Be proud.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hands up.
I started last year actually. I was in Hansel and Gretel, and it by Repertory Philippines. It was really helpful because that's where I learned the basics about acting, and after that I joined A Christmas Carol by Nineworks Theatrical, and I've learned a lot because everyone there has taught me different things and about acting and blocking and choreo, and they've all helped me. So when I did this, I was kind of used to it. Like the press con, I've done it before, so I'm kind of used to it, and I've been learning a lot, and I'm still learning a lot.
Thank you.
So if you didn't know, I was in last year's Annie in Resorts World Manila, and it was a really fun experience. Gwen was in there too. She was one of the orphans, July, and it was just such a great experience. And that was my first musical, and I just really love singing and dancing and acting. So I auditioned for more theater.
It's the same. I was with Crystal, and we really had fun during those. That was actually my first musical theater, and it was really fun. I had to, play with the kids, play with my fellow cast, and the adult cast. They were funny and they were very energetic, but we were more energetic than them. So we had more energy, and it was a very, very fun experience.
Thank you.
For me, sorry, yes, go.
For me, I was with my sister Rainy, my twin sister.
Yeah, we have twins, Rainy and Tori.
So basically, we started doing a workshop together, and then after that, we ended up joining a show by the same production repertory, and then after that, we wanted to continue, so we did Nineworks' Christmas Carol, and then I joined Newsies, and now I'm here.
Newsies are just currently running. He has rehearsals after this or something like that.
Thank you.
One more question.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay. One moment.
Sorry.
Okay.
I know you asked me
How will the
how
hills
will
come
the hills
alive?
come alive.
Yes.
I don't know if I understand that.
How do you think the hills would be projected on screen?
What
so it would look alive?
theatrical
Yeah, it's
Very
a rather
production.
technical
techniques will be
question.
used? How
Yes.
in that scene?
So I don't want to give too much away, but the visuals in the show, and especially in the opening of it, which is that number and those lyrics, are incredibly beautiful and how do I say, realistic. So they do make use of set and lighting and beautiful smoke effects. And it does create, it honestly feels like you're on the top of the Alps. It is, all the magic of theatre is in that scene. But don't, it's incredibly spectacular visually, so it's difficult for me to explain in words. So you have to come and see it. It's a beautiful, iconic opening of the show. It's beautiful. Really, really gorgeous and simplistic, just minimalist and beautiful.
Thank you.
I hope that answered your question.
Any other questions from the floor? Yes, on the same note, so we do have siblings, 2 pairs of siblings in the cast. So there's Rory. Rory, no.
Combined
I know, I just combined.
Tori
and Rainy.
Hands up, Tori and Rainy.
And they're twins.
They're
Yeah, twins. And then we have sisters, Gwen and
Gwen
Faline.
and Faline. Hi.
So it's very exciting. Very exciting. Yes.
Alright, hi.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Ching from Coconuts, Manila. So, I think I'm going to ask what everybody else is wondering, for the kids and for Carmen. How do you solve a problem like Marie?
What do you guys think?
Any creative answer?
Oh, you have an answer.
Yeah.
Sing, I guess. I guess you sing. That's what Maria would do.
Yeah.
It's the same. You sing, and actually singing makes me, it's stress relieving. And I guess, Maria, how do I solve a problem? I just think of positive things and, not really get into troubles and stuff. And so, yeah.
And from Maria herself?
So, how do you solve a problem like Maria, as in Maria is the problem? I think that, problem is in the eye of the beholder. I think that Maria solves problems by singing and being positive and being bravery. And then the other kind of part of that question is how do you solve a problem like Maria would solve a problem? And that would be through love and music. So, yeah. And that is honestly, as much as that sounds almost, not genuine, I honestly think that is how we should solve all the world's problems. And I think that music and love can express many things. So, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Peace.
Actually, also a fun little fact is that one of our Friedrichs, Kyle, is actually from Bacolod. So you flew out for the auditions, is that correct? Yes. And so what was that? When did you decide you were going to audition, and what was it like on the way here?
It was nerve-wracking. I'm sure all of us felt that when we were going to the auditions. I was also very excited. This was a new thing to me. I have no theater background. And it just, I really wanted to audition because when I saw the Sound of Music, it just captured my heart. It just heartwarming. So that's what I felt.
And I'm sure everyone from Bacolod is very excited to have somebody represent them in the show. That's very exciting.
So
Yes?
another question from the audience.
What is it like working with kids? I mean, you've done musicals, and now you're doing one with kids.
It is incredibly exciting. It is a constant reminder of why we do what we do. Kids bring an incredible authenticity and an an openness to the experience, and there is no nonsense and layers of um, any superficial or artificial things. It's just raw and genuine, and I think that that is something that we always treasure as the adult cast in this musical. And obviously, I mean, they bring inspiration. I mean, and they bring fun. I mean, I've had to deal with, some. In Afrikaans, we say manavalas, which means crazy things backstage, like before the kids go on. You know, they're excited, and that energy is obviously there's a lot of discipline that is involved, but that energy is so infectious. There's no way that you can get that from any other musical, or if a musical has children in it. And I think also from an audience's point of view, it immediately makes all the kids in the audience feel like that's something that they can do, and it's just accessible. So they bring magic to the show.
And for you, Carmen, and the rest of the kids, what song are you most looking forward to performing?
Oh, consensus.
I think for me, The Hills Are Alive, because I love the magic of that scene. And then I also, I really do love singing. I do love Doremi, because I get to sing with all the kids, which was the funnest part. Yeah.
And speaking of singing with the kids, we told the audience how Carmen surprised you at rehearsals yesterday. You can see all of so I'm gonna ask you guys, Dean. What did you think? What did you feel when you turned around and you saw Carmen singing there with you?
For me, it was really shocking because you guys told us, it was like, oh, it's gonna be tomorrow. No. But like we were like practicing, we were rehearsing, and then suddenly like angelic voice started like we could just hear something, and so we turned up. We were like, oh my god!
Thank you, angelic voice. Wow.
I felt like really surprised, and I was like, what's behind us? Is it like a radio or what?
What about you, James? Christian Hess. How did you feel yesterday?
When I saw her, I thought like they were like holding a radio at the back, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it's Maria, and then in my head I'm like, they were lying.
I was surprised when I looked at her. She was beautiful.
And did you guys see a picture of me before?
Yes.
So you weren't like, who's that?
Yeah. They were like, we're following her on Instagram. Mom is following her on Instagram. I know what she looks like. And it was, it's very hard to try and we told Carmen, don't, say that you're rehearsing with the kids or anything like that. And it was, it was great. I think you all could agree you guys were pretty spellbound for a couple of seconds there. And any other questions?
Take one last question, and then another round of photos.
And then maybe pass it around so that all the kids have something to say.
Yeah, so one final question.
What are you guys looking forward to most in the upcoming season of The Sound of Music? I'll start with Dean.
For me, I'm most looking forward to like the lessons you get from this experience. I hope that I will use these lessons so that I can,
Bro.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to learning new things and singing all the songs and just having fun.
I hope that everyone here will watch the show and that I'm very excited to learn new things.
I'm really looking forward to meeting new people, the new people we're going to see in the cast, and making new friends, and also challenging myself because this is the first time I'm doing an international production. I'm also looking forward to learning more about myself and the others around me.
I was very excited to start singing, dancing, and acting in front of other people. I was looking forward to making a new family with everybody, making new friends.
I was looking forward to the show because like the theater is so big and we never performed there and not being shy, just express.
Yes.
I was looking forward to making new friends and having a great time and experience. So later on, I'll be able to use whatever I've learned and use it for something else.
I'm looking forward to learning new things, meeting new people, and learning new ideas from the cast, especially the adult cast. And if there's gonna be another season of Sound of Music here, probably I would get the role of Lisa, or maybe.
I'm looking forward for everything, even the rehearsals, because this is my first international production, and this is a big opportunity for me, and it's a dream come true.
I'm so excited to meet new friends and I'm so excited to learn new things because